the fact that you are going to learn and grow through life, that you get to try on different hats and feel into what you're good at and what feels good until you find yourself in your passion. Because in my mind, Megs, that's what this work journey that we're going to talk about is.
Yeah.
It's about finding your soul passion, your connection, where you get to live in servitude and there's a financial benefit on the other side if needs be for your family. That's a super special place.
Absolutely.
To get. Here's the deal. We're two moms. We pop babies out in our 40s. It was hard.
It was hard, but it was also one of the best things that ever happened to us.
But now we're moms in our 40s.
Yeah, yep. So let's talk about it. The real stuff, the messy stuff, the funny stuff, the real women, real life, real shit stuff.
From perimenopause to pissed off preschoolers.
Real life hardships and the embarrassing stuff we don't always want to share.
We challenge a perspective shift in every episode that'll bring you to tears or to piss your pants laughter.
Sometimes both.
You're not going to find perfectly curated content with mature-ish mamas. You get what you get. You don't throw a fit. I'm Cal.
I'm Megs.
And this is Mature-ish Mamas.
Life unfiltered.
Because if you want a show, we're a shit show. And we're here for you.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by I Am Journey, where personal growth meets real life. Through bite-sized, entertaining lessons and simple daily practices, I Am Journey helps women create real change without the fluff or pressure. Welcome to Mature-ish Mamas. I'm Cal.
I'm Megs.
And we're here to light you up. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are welcome. We just brought out the soundboard for you today because today is a special day. It's a special... It is a special day. We are special. I'm so happy to have such a special friend like you.
Me too. I love you so much, Cal. That is mine.
That is yours.
That one's yours?
It's super empty. I'll cheers it. Bing.
Is it empty already?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was thirsty. I think. I know. Thanks.
Okay. Let me slam this.
This is what happens when you do back to backs. Back to back to back to back.
Yep.
Oh,
baby got back.
LA and the Oakland booty. Was that right?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Everything you do is right.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much, girl.
Yeah, samesies.
Guys, how much do you just tell your friends thank you? I hope you say thank you all the time. Just tell them.
Just tell them.
Thank you for
Make it
being
awkward.
a friend.
I love you.
I love you. I love you.
I love you.
Love you.
I love so many things about you. We would be here for 45 minutes
if we kept doing this.
Just on my turn.
Do you do you know what direct hit, which is going to direct hit into our conversation today, was that eye contact?
Oh.
Because there was the job where you had the eye contact and you had to do it. And even outside of that, have you guys ever, just try this on for size, if you want to, sit with a friend and look at them. The challenge is 3 minutes, that in my book, but without saying anything, into their eyes and see what happens to your body. Okay, that's all. You didn't have to do that. You're wearing fun. Look at your orange and blue sockies.
I know.
Cutie patootie.
They're Johnny's. I was like, can I wear Bronco socks today?
I need those on, baby. Put those on my body.
Yeah.
But anyways, I know that's going to apply to one of your jobs.
Yep.
Which is going to be what we discussed today, which is going to be fun.
Yeah, because listen, I think that when you're little, you think that here's the way life goes. You go to school, you grow up, you go to college, then you get a job, then you get married, then you have kids, then you die. and that's it.
And that's it. That's all she wrote.
Yeah, but that could be the way your life goes if that's what you choose, because everything is a choice and that's the way it goes. But if you want to keep it funky, fresh, and fancy free, you do whatever the hell you want to do.
In whatever order you want to do it.
In whatever order you want to do. And it's messy and beautiful. And I've learned so much along the way about myself, about other people. And so today we wanted to just talk about our jobs that we've had up until this point.
Jobs. Can you imagine, before we even start sharing about ours, can you imagine having the same job, whatever the first one on your list is, the first one on your list Tell us the first one on your list. That's your job for the rest of your life. You go, you get your job, and then you work until you die.
Yep.
What is it?
Well, I think everyone, lots of young women.
Yeah.
My very, very first job ever was babysitting.
Oh, yeah.
I used to babysit the heck out of babies.
I guess I did too. I didn't even put that on the list. And
Well,
so we're
go.
still doing it.
And also
Only
we're still doing it.
It's our child.
It's a volunteer position.
It's a gimme. It's a gimme. That's so funny. I guess, never mind. Episode's over. We're still doing the same shit we were doing
There you
when we were
go.
12.
Imagine if you had the same job. We do.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But if there was no growth, and I guess a
Yeah.
few rare people have been in the same company forever, like somehow they landed on, I don't even know if I'd call it a lottery. It would not be a lottery for my ADHD mind to find one job.
No.
And want that one job.
No.
I am already bored thinking about it.
I know.
I can't do it.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You can't.
I can't.
You can't. You can't.
I can't.
No.
And you can't. So yeah, we're gonna take you through a plethora of like just seeing about this.
Yeah, because it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And it's fun to go back and reminisce about it a little bit. And it's funny that I've worked so many freaking places in my life. Like literally one place I worked there for one day. And then I said, this is not for me. Thank you very much.
Good for you. Way to know your soul.
Yeah.
Way to know your heart and soul.
Thanks.
F off. This job's dumb. I'm out of
Yep.
here.
Bye.
I'm gonna burn this mother down.
Woo!
Put your number down. Put your number down if you guys are watching. What number of jobs?
Yeah. How many jobs have you had?
And if you have to like sit down and think about it, it's also fun to think about how you've progressed in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we want to hear from our sponsorship first?
Oh yeah, let's hear. Here's a quick word from our sponsor. This episode is brought to you by babysitting. When you are 11 years old and watching someone else's actual children for $1 an hour per kid. No training, no phone, no adult, just vibes. And a handwritten list on the fridge. Babysitting. Our very first job, and apparently the one we never quit, because here we are, years later, still watching our own kids as mature-ish mamas.
There it is. There it is.
I love those sponsors,
Oh, man. They
Thanks
really
for sponsoring us.
I know. Thank you for just being a part of our lives, because
Yep.
not many people can have that reality from their 80s and 90s and 2000s early. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
We know you all know.
You know what you
If
know
you
when you know it.
know.
Okay, so we're going to share through this. And as we are, what I want you guys to be thinking about, I'm going to give you the takeaway before, so you guys can just shut us down if you want to. Just
Perfect.
kidding. Don't shut us down because you're going to miss it. But also the fact that you are going to learn and grow through life, that you get to try on different hats and feel into what you're good at and what feels good until you find yourself in your passion. Because in my mind, Megs, that's what this work journey that we're going to talk about is.
Yeah.
It's about finding your soul passion, your connection, where you get to live in servitude. We've talked about this, and there's a financial benefit on the other side if needs be for your family. That's a super special place
Absolutely.
to get. And I wasn't got there on my first job after my babysitting and continued to be motherhood job when I was a busser at Gussie's. Like I wasn't like a busser, a bussy at Gussie's.
A Gussie.
A bussy at Gussie.
A Bussy, a Gussie.
Okay, so first I was a busser.
Okay, what's Gussie's?
You know the restaurant my dad owns?
Yeah.
It used to be that.
Oh, okay.
Talk about full circle. 20 years later, my dad.
Before your dad, he didn't own Gussie's.
No.
Oh, wow.
20 years
But it was
ago,
in that spot?
that was the building.
Wow.
And it was like a little kind of like more of a fine dining, but it had this really cool salad bar. So I got to prepare the salad. So I learned just about I don't know, different,
chopping up.
Yeah, like how to chop and how to have your veggies. But it was veggies. It was like such a great salad bar because you had all of the things. So it was a
love
lot
a
of
good
work.
salad bar, man.
Yeah, I know. Me
I
too.
do.
It's delicious when you have all the things and you know that it's fresh. Like you're not at the $5 place and you're like, I
Yeah.
feel confident about what these guys are doing to the salad bar.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm 95% sure I'm not going to get food poisoning.
Yeah. And that's a pretty good percentage, you
Yeah.
know? Like you always look at the higher percentage when you're looking for something good. You
That's
don't look
right.
at the bad percentage. Like that's so silly. So I did that. Then I moved into pizza delivery. That was
You
a
did.
fun job. I love pizza delivery. I got to listen to music because that was back in the day, before we had maps. So like you would look it up. I knew all the streets by numbers. So I knew which one was 4,000, 2,000 or where. So you could just find places. And then you got to smell pizza the entire time. Some people would get sick of that. Guess who wouldn't? This girl. You know.
Good for you.
You know when you're putting a you're putting yourself in the right spot.
Yep,
And I got free pizza every single shift. It was the best. Work for some tips.
That's so funny.
And gas then, like they paid us like $1.25 for gas, but it was only 89 cents a gallon. It was like that short stint where it was like really low.
Yeah.
So I was making an extra like 40 cents.
That's a lot though.
At
that time.
At that time it was, because Gussie's was like $2 an hour, and then you got your whatever, like your tip pool. So we're making bank at this time. I hope some 17-year-olds listening to this shit right now being like, I'm sorry, you made what?
Yeah, they're like, I barely get $20 an hour, and I'm like,
oh, that must be awful.
Yeah, you poor thing.
Oh, that's horrible.
And your parents pay for your car insurance? Great.
Yeah, exactly.
You must be struggling.
It's so true. Oh my gosh. Then I got to do the thing where you got to work to go to college. Like it's called your work. It's like a scholarship, but you have to work for it.
Sure.
Stupidest scholar. I mean, I'm sorry. I guess it's a great program, but I don't know if it actually is at all. I think it might be really stupid. I made $4.25 an hour to sit at the library. And then
at school.
Yeah. And then they took it off my like tuition at DU.
Yeah.
Which the only thing that was good about that is I could study a lot there. But otherwise I was like filing microfiche because people actually use them still. Which is wild to even, I mean, who even knows
that's quite a tedious job.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in my brain was it loved it. I was in a library. I was quiet. I was peaceful. I was filing things by number. Oh. That sounds like me, doesn't it? That one didn't fit. So I moved on. Did not fit. So at this point, I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. I'm starting to learn about finances. I went from making, an extra 30 cents an hour, and then I like to $2 an hour. Now I'm making $4.25 an hour. I'm really moving up in the world.
Yep.
So then I went to Glenmore Country Club.
Oh.
And by this, I got ballsy. Like there was somewhere within me in college that I was just like, here's my value. So I went in and just first I started like just waiting tables and stuff, but they didn't have tips because it was a country club, which is kind of about, like the guy had to slip you $100 bill if he was gonna, which happens sometimes.
I was going to say probably did happen.
Yeah. And like, not for like, you didn't have to do anything for that money, by the way, guys. It was actually just a tip. Yeah. Don't worry. Not just that tip. It was a tip. Not the. Yeah.
It was not the.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But then I went in and I was like, okay, I need an internship. So I'm going to renovate the little restaurant on the halfway point of the golf course. And I'm going to create a restaurant, and I'm going to create a menu, and I'm going to do all the stuff. And you're going to pay me $13 an hour. And I'm also going to get a college credit for it. And I think the guy was just like, yeah, that sounds like a fair deal, because I did the whole business plan for him. Like, somebody just shows up.
I don't think anyone can say that you were not an entrepreneur.
Right? I know. I guess this doesn't count when I used to sell candy. Like I did. Yeah. That probably was my first job, when I would collect my Halloween candy and then sell it when the season was down, supply and demand. So I would like sell it in November. I would collect my Christmas candy and sell it in March when nobody had anything. Collect your Easter candy. Always. And then I just would wait 2 months till the supply was down and the demand was high, and I'd sell the shit out of that.
I got some Smarties right here if you guys what do you got, $1?
Who wants? Caleb used to sell cinnamon toothpicks at school.
Oh, Kyle used to make those too.
Yeah.
I mean, he used to make them, and he probably sold them too. I don't know, but that was a hot ticket for a little bit.
Yeah, people like that. Yeah. You looked for those guys because they had to maybe sear their eye a couple times when they were making them. It wasn't easy.
Yeah, cinnamon oil.
Yeah.
I don't like burn your finger.
Before doTERRA was even a thing.
Yeah.
We were sucking on cinnamon toothpicks.
How the heck did they even get that? Because you can't, it's not like we had Amazon either. Like, where the hell do you even get cinnamon oil to do it?
You know that like mom wasn't like, hey, let me buy that for you.
Yeah. They I remember like burned their fingerprints off.
Yeah. Yeah, it was probably good just in case, down the road a lot of time, those were the kids were doing entrepreneurs a different way. Like they're selling stuff out of their back pocket. Mine was like with a little stand and like a sign and like, come on, come all. We have candy for everyone,
Of course it was.
Like a Disney stand.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, can I just side note real quick?
Please.
The kids just did that. They were over at a friend's house and she sent me pictures of them going around and selling lemonade, knocking door
to door lemonade
because it was
sales?
it was too cold. Or maybe, I think they might have done hot cocoa because it was cold. Yeah. So
they couldn't have a stand.
Yeah, and they're like, "Mom, some people just gave us money and didn't want the cocoa." I was like, "That's so weird, honey. That's awesome, though."
You're such a good salesperson.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm getting through the rest of my list. I'm almost there. Okay. I know it doesn't feel like I am when you look at my list, Megs, but I am. So now I'm at the country club. I'm doing that. I move over to my first like actual office job. I was at an internet radio company. Have you guys ever heard of this?
That's cool.
Internet, like Spotify. But so I got to like be the basically the CEO's B. Like we had 3 of us, like we were just the assistants, and they could just tell us to do whatever. It was an internship, but it was paid like $30,000 a year. And I was like,
in college?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good money, girl.
I guess while I'm going to college, right? Like, so, and like the guy would be like, hey, can you take my Ferrari to the car wash? Never to me, always to the guy. I know.
Sexist.
I know. Also, I did not know how to drive a Ferrari. I think it was
and
like
he probably
stick
knew
shift.
that.
Like, I mean, this shifter with your hand, a hand shifter.
Oh, a paddle shifter?
Yeah. So I think I might not have done a great job.
I'm glad that he didn't let you.
I am glad to. It wasn't
We're actually
sexist.
thankful.
It was real. That was real life.
That's smart decision making is what that is.
It was.
Yeah.
And then I went to, I graduated from college and I was like, okay, I'm going to look on. Back then we did, what was that website? Oh, whatever. Who cares? I went on the website to like find a job and I'm like, I'm going to find something that's too high above my like level.
Perfect.
So I found some sales job for an internet startup company because this is the time, like it's 2001 right now, 2002. So I get into the internet world. And I just remember like showing up and I had just, I don't know, like I had just done like a couple yoga classes with my mom and I like show up and I'm like so prim and proper in my interview. I'm like, I'm going to get this job. And then I did. They gave me the job. They put me, I was like, I had just been an internship doing bitch work, going to Sam's Club.
Yeah. For getting coffee and shit for people.
Yes, for one company. And then I go over and I am like the regional sales director for all of the Southwest territory to sell insurance leads. I'm like, I'm just going to start making shit up.
Oh my God.
I know. So like, this is like, so they're
awesome.
just elevating me up and I'm like, okay, that was fun. Like I liked sales. By the way, every one of these jobs, I'm learning a little bit about myself, right? Of the things that I like. I'm like, I do like the sales. I do like making more money, like getting that bonus. I like the commission bonus, which that leads towards entrepreneurship.
Yeah,
right.
It does,
like, that feels good for me. And then they wouldn't let me stay there and have a baby. So I started my entrepreneurship careers in 2004 and went into real estate until the whole world crashed. And that was awful. And I hated it. And I decided to become an aerobics and boot camp instructor. I don't think it was called aerobics at the time, but whatever. Let's call it aerobics. Let's bring it back. I was an aerobics instructor.
Let's get physical.
My mom was an aerobics instructor.
I know she was. I know.
You remember this?
Well, I do. And then also when a couple years back, before we were like hanging out, your mom, they were still living in this house. And she was like, hey, I saw or I heard that you guys are really into records. I have all these records. Do you want them? So she brought us down and I was like, these are gold. How do you have New Kids on the Block?
Yes.
Like Whitney
everything.
Houston. Like, and she was like, oh, I these were my aerobics. So she used to teach aerobics on record.
And she would do mixtapes.
And mix it up.
And make up a whole class. Like
and
she did put so much work. Like I just come in and I'm like, yo, guys, do this. Like I was not as good as her.
We need to have her teach us a little aerobic class one time.
Yes. That would be the best. We're gonna put that one out. But that I guess it's funny, just like the background connection. But that led me into like my full own sales and entrepreneurship. I started this company called Right Fit where I help people get healthy. And then I ended up joining a multi-level marketing and network marketing, a pyramid scheme. Just kidding. It's not that at all. A nutrition company and did that. And that was fun because there's so much opportunity to make money that you could really elevate your income fast if you wanted to work hard. And I did. And that opened up my eyes for personal development, which led me into starting I Am Journey, which we're bringing back, which led me into freaking being a positivity influencer. Who would have ever thought like I post stuff on social media could be counting as a job, but that's the real thing about life now.
I think it's like one of the top jobs actually now.
And it's going
like an influencer. It's like a huge job.
It's wild.
It's awesome.
And I would never have, I knew that I was like influential in my direct community, but like being influential on a public source was just wild, which led us to be podcasters. Boom. Twisted. Look at this. That's
Twisted.
Boom, Twisted 12. That's what I got.
Look at you.
I know. I try to go so fast still.
You did great.
But like every one of those taught me something. I failed at something in order to try the next one. And I think the other thing that I just like to point out for my journey is I do feel like I definitely got into stuff that I knew nothing about. And I was just like, because I just didn't care about failure. So I'm like, I'm just going to try that shit. I'm going to try it on, see if I like it, and just tell people I'm that good.
Yep.
What did we say in the last one?
Show up till you glow up.
Show up till you glow up. That was it. So, okay.
There it is.
Okay. Megs, take me down your journey.
Okay.
Because she's going to need, guys, it's 2 more hours. Ready? Go.
They're starting
just kidding.
I know, right? Okay. This being said, all of those same things that Cal said, like this, I didn't take, how do I say this? I never really like took a job seriously. I did it until it was fun, or I did it because I wanted to try something new, or I wanted to put myself out there and make money doing those things.
Yeah.
But every time as I like was sitting here making this list and going back, I was like, you know what I loved about every single one of these things, and what has brought it all together for me at the end is all of the humans that I've met throughout all of this, and the people that I've connected with, that I still talk to almost a lot of those people.
Yeah.
It was more about the connection to the humans than it was ever to a job. And there were a few jobs that I did really enjoy, that I had fun at, that I liked, and I felt like I was good at. But at the end of the day, I left it all.
Yeah.
And I could, and I did, no big deal. I don't like feel unfulfilled. You know what I mean? But
as you say that, Megs, like if you guys know Megs, if you've been watching for a while, it very much is you, like moving through spaces of joy and community. And then when the joy isn't there, that's cool. You have your community, you met them, you get to move to your next space of joy and keep the good and move on from what you didn't love.
Yeah.
In a great positive way.
Yeah. And
it
has felt all connected.
Yeah.
Like maybe not linear, but it's like I've been taking this path to like be like, boom, 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 boom. Anyways,
I love this.
Here it is. So babysitting, y'all heard, was first.
Ooh.
My next job was, I was still in high school. I worked in the kitchen at Camp Hydrahaji. I worked in the kitchen and I didn't get paid, but what I got paid was I got to go to ski camp by working in the kitchen.
Oh, cool.
So all the kids who paid to go to ski camp, I would feed them their food and clean up and do the things. And then I would see them at ski camp later.
Hey, I was just serving you with a hairnet on. Mm-hmm. Do you like
Remember me?
Do you like the smell of like certain kitchens still? Because like when you've worked in kitchens, you either like it or hate it.
Oh, I could totally. You know what I really like? My favorite thing about it was the dishwasher, because you would bust it open and it'd be like full of just like
and it was
steam
like
in your face.
like we didn't do facial treatments back then. Not when we were 12.
We did apricot scrub.
Yeah,
that's what everybody did, and it was like, here, I want to make your face bleed a little bit.
This is gonna be great. And then dishwasher
and
that's
dishwasher.
It.
Yep. So that one. Then I my first like real job that I felt like I had was I worked at Marshall's. I was the fitting room attendant.
Oh yes. Did you get a discount?
Yes, I did get a discount.
You probably hated me. I was the girl that's like, I left 19 items back there because,
I mean, I didn't. I just would do it, like, because it was like,
it
whatever.
was your job.
Yeah, and then I worked at Chuck E. Cheese because that was just a rite of passage for almost everyone who went to Arvada High School.
Which when she
like
told me that, we were, just so you guys know, we were in Mexico one time, like, hey, Megs, we're like just walking back to the pool. I'm like, tell me the jobs you've had. And she's like, oh, okay, but we're going to need 14 more hours. Because I was just like, you can't do it in the 3-minute jaunt. No. And she skipped Chuck E. Cheese. So when you came back, that was like.
Yep, I worked at Chuck E. Cheese for a while. Yeah, that one, I mean, it was like, it was fun though, because like I said, it was a lot of the people I went to high school with work there. Besides like maybe like the 35-year-old cook who was like. Probably like just out of jail.
Creepy cook.
Prison. Yeah. And then I worked at Bennett's Barbecue as a waitress. And
that was your first waiting job.
That was my first waiting
rite of
job.
passage. Don't you think everybody should wait tables once in their life?
Everyone should absolutely wait tables in their life. Yes, absolutely. I was horrible at it and I hated it. And
that blew my mind. I love waiting tables. I'm like, how did you hate it?
Oh, I just hated it. I hated waiting. I hated that I was getting all the flack for everything, and I was like, I didn't cook it. I didn't cook this.
Right.
And then because they messed up your meal, you gave me $1 as a tip. Like, anyways, it just wasn't my favorite.
That's so true though. They do get the bad end of the deal.
You do. And you got to be the face, and it doesn't matter what mood you're in. You got to show up with a fucking smile on your face and be like, hi, welcome to Bennett's. What can I get you to drink?
Another life skill.
Yeah. Another life skill. And then, so that was short-lived. Bennett's Barbecue was short-lived. Mm-hmm. So then I moved on to Casa Bonita.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah. And I wasn't a waitress at Casa Bonita. If you've been there, it is a quintessential Colorado pinnacle of joy that you need to go to
do, and you're gonna like, it's a restaurant, right? But you hate the food. Everyone hates all of the food.
The food is horrid. The food is the worst food you've ever eaten in your life.
Well, I'm sorry, Casa Bonita orders. You new guys, I know you're trying to do your best and we love you, but there's great things about it.
There's great things about it. And
you still want to go.
Yeah. So Casa Bonita is a restaurant. It's a huge pink castle located on Colfax.
If you're from Denver, you know.
If you know, you know.
Now you know.
So it is like a restaurant, but there's lots of other things to do. Like they have a puppet show and an actual show, and they have like divers and an arcade, and and it's like
and
you
it
can walk
smells
around.
like you're in a cave. It's like this dark cave. Pictures, the
musty.
old pictures,
Musty. Yeah.
Even the new one's musty. They redid it. It's still musty. I think they
musty.
maintain that smell for a reason.
Yeah, because it's nostalgic.
Yeah,
it
is.
So, anywho, I was Amazon Annie. So I was in the show. I was like every 15 minutes, we would come out and do a little show for everybody. And there's this big, like, there's a little pool in the middle. So we would like,
it's not
go
little. People dive like 40 feet.
Yeah, they
into
do
this
dive.
pool.
They do dive into it.
Yeah.
And I had to jump into it at the end of every show. Every 15 to 30 minutes, I had to get wet. That was not my favorite time.
That sounds like the worst job of my life.
Mm-hmm. It was horrible. But it was a lot of fun, and it was a good time. So then I went from Casa Bonita to I didn't work for a little bit because, I was just doing my thing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I got to get a job. What's a quick and easy job? I will go back to waiting tables.
That I hated. I despised.
So I worked at the Edgewater Inn doing pizza.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. And that's a good restaurant.
It is good.
It's gone though, I think, right?
I think it finally is gone. I
it was
think,
so
but I'm
good,
not
though.
sure.
Yeah.
It's been around forever.
Yeah.
So you think you hate waiting tables at Bennett's Barbecue when you just put in someone's order and then they bring it right out?
Yeah.
Edgewater Inn, it takes 35 minutes to make a pizza.
Oh, yeah. People love that.
Yeah, they love it. And then guess what else if you forget to put someone's order in?
Oh, yeah. They love that even more.
It's another 35 minutes.
I want to wait here with you for 70 minutes. I'm just trying to get you to buy more drinks. Oh, you would like a refill on your Diet Coke?
Yeah.
Great.
You want your 15th refill? Great.
Yeah.
No problem.
More lemons. I'm bringing it out.
Yeah. That one didn't work right. So then I wised up and I was like, I got to get myself a real job. So I applied for a job at a dental office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Enter the dental world.
That was my dental world entrance. So I started out at this place as a receptionist. It was like an entry-level position. So I'm answering phones pretty much and greeting people and checking them in.
Yeah.
But while I worked there, they literally taught me how to do absolutely I moved to every position there was besides being a dentist or a hygienist. So
what a great employer.
Yeah. And then I ended up managing one of their offices. They opened a new office up in Superior. And so I was a manager. And that's actually, so I did pretty much everything.
I love, so that like you got to move through like 8 different jobs. Like, I think a really good employer builds their people up instead of keeping them pushed down. And what a great way for you to flourish and learn through positions, whether you wanted to stay there forever or not, and to keep your interests.
Totally. And I only worked there 2 years.
Wow.
And I did all of those positions.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. It was really, really great. It was a really great experience. It was also a fucking crazy fucking experience.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
this
this is the one that's staring the eyes.
This is the one. So, but let me tell you, I must have been 19.
Okay.
So I'm 19 years old, and what a great opportunity, especially because I didn't go to college at this point. So I was like, felt like I was becoming really successful without like those check mark things that you're supposed to be doing, because I'm learning all these things and I'm growing and I'm making more money, and now I'm managing an office. But they also built their entire system on the workings of Ron L. Hubbard, who is the creator of Scientology, the religion of Scientology, but he also has like a business model. But if you're one, you're usually in the other one too. So I also got introduced to Scientology, and I took Scientology courses and almost became a full-blown Scientologist because I'm 19 and was pretty impressionable at that time.
Yeah.
And you're really, I feel like especially 19, 20, 21, you're like really trying to figure out who you are.
Yeah, and you're seeking guidance. You're seeking
outside of
leadership.
your parents. Now they're not leading you in a day-to-day basis. I'm obviously not living at home anymore. I'm being offered these amazing opportunities by these people and trusting in them, and then they're kind of like pulling me in to do these other things. So, but because of that, I met some of my best friends at that place. And those people are still with me every day. I mean, there's times that come up that I think of those people all the time, even if it's not like I don't talk to them every day, but there are a few that really became really close. We became really close.
Yeah.
And then also, if I was to run into any one of them right now at this moment, we would be like, bam, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like no time had passed. So
I love that.
That one was really cool. Yeah. So up until that point, I think that was when the community really, really started. You know what I mean? And then I moved on to other dental places. I did pediatric dental group. I did work at Comfort Dental for one day.
was your one
That
day
was my
job.
one day.
That makes sense.
Because I did, I feel like my limit was 2 years. So after 2 years, I'd get bored or I had to move on and do something.
Absolutely. That's a good time.
Yeah, so I would do that. And then I'd go. And then, again, I was like living
Sometimes
with this
one
people.
day, though.
Well, I was living at this place and I didn't have a job.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit, I got to get a job like right now. I got to pay rent. And I knew that I could always get a dental job. And I lived all the way on 120th and Claude. And the only dental job that I could get was Comfort Dental in Golden.
Oh my gosh.
So I worked there for one day. It was a weekend day. I went in again. Here I am, kind of like how you're like, I'm going to show up to this job and I'm going to get it, even though I don't know anything about it. I showed up in flip flops and like a tank top, and even the dentist was like, wow, you really dressed up for this, huh?
Us.
And I was like, yeah, but I know you're gonna hire me, like, you know what I mean? So I got the job, and then I did it one day and I hated it and I quit. And I was like, this is no, sorry, buddy.
Oh, that's
sorry,
a big paycheck, big payout.
Yep. So then I
my
had
gosh.
I forgot back, and then I also did telemarketing and magazine sales on the phone. Which,
Good for you.
that was interesting.
Yeah,
that was
a lot of
really
lessons.
interesting. Yeah. Okay, so then I had to move out of dental for a while because I had to be done with that. So I worked at cheerleaders.
Yeah, she did.
Yep. So
you got to have that
if you're
time.
from Denver, you might know what that is. But I was a cocktail waitress at cheerleaders, and then that was fun for a little bit. And then I was like,
Made some
okay,
money.
now I'm going to move to a different place that they do different things, but the same type of job. So I did. I moved to another bar. Gosh dang it, I can't remember the name of it right now, but and I cocktailed over there for a while, and I loved that one. I had so much fun there. I met again a whole group of people that I just adored. It just felt like such a magical time in my life because the people it was just so
It was
fun.
your Studio 54.
It was my Studio 54. Like, I wasn't working. I was having a good time.
Yeah.
I was having a good time every night, sometimes too much of a good time.
Yeah.
You could ask my mom. My mom used to come. So my mom and my aunt, they loved to dance. And I worked at this place, and it was right by my mom's house. So they would come in and dance, and they would dance. But also, I would dance, even if I was like on my job.
Oh my gosh, I love
So I would
this
go dance with
job.
my mom and my aunt in the middle of my shift.
Yeah.
But I'd also have some
What a
drinks.
beautiful time.
It was so fun.
No,
I
what-
had so much fun.
I was going to ask how you liked
I
that
just
and not
remembered the name
waiting
of it.
tables. But, you did?
It was called the Brick House.
The Brick House.
And they
Of
had
course
live
it
music
was.
every weekend.
Yeah.
So every weekend we have live music. So all of these
fun.
like fun bands would come and be the same bands that would come all the time. So then you'd get to know the bands, like the people in the band.
Yeah.
So I danced and I drank and I had a great time and I had regulars, and I had this one
That's cool.
fun young gentleman who really liked me, and he would write me poems, and I would he would send me one every week. So on Sundays I would recite the poems for the bar on stage. That was like part
Did
of
he know that you did?
He didn't at first.
Okay.
But then he found out, and he wasn't hurt. He
was like
started liking it.
Upping
He
his
brought me more-
game.
Yeah.
He's like, let's do
But
this.
that was like the Sunday during my day shift. I would that was my job. I would recite the poems for the bar. And it was just a really, really fun time in my life. But I probably was drinking a little too much. There was one time I was pretty lit up at work. And my mom came in with, I think by herself that time. And she also
Just
knew.
to dance.
Yeah, just to dance.
Yeah.
And she knew the owners, obviously, because I was working there. And so they knew that was my mom. And of course, they would take care of her and be like, you don't have to pay, come on in or whatever.
Yeah.
So she walked up to them and was pissed. And she was like, why do you get my daughter drunk at work? I'm taking her home. It was the middle of my shift. She grabbed my arm and walked me out of my job to home.
Bye, friends. I love you.
Yeah, I was like, bye.
Oh my God.
She took me home and took care of me, which is like kind of embarrassing now to think about that. And I was sick. I was like throwing up that night. She made me a piece of toast and put it on the toilet seat.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Mama.
No, thanks, Mom, for taking care of me.
That's
and
a
then
chapter,
I went right back to work like the next day.
That's just a chapter that you get to have that you probably don't want to have. I don't want to have when I'm 46, but when I was 20.
Yeah, I was like 20.
Yeah.
I was like 24, I think, or something like that.
Okay, so we were even over 21. So like, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
So that was a really fun time.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. And then
she's halfway.
Yeah. So then I worked. So next is I'll just swing through these pretty quickly. So then I after my bar stint, then I went and I worked for a newspaper distributing warehouse.
Oh, fun.
And I worked the night shift.
That's not a big pendulum swing if I've ever heard one.
I know. It was like this way. I don't even remember how I got the job. Like, I really don't even remember how I got the job or how.
It was probably that night when you were drunk.
Yeah, right.
You met some dude and he's like, let's get her in here. She's fun.
She's fun.
Put her on the night shift.
Yeah, put her on the night shift. So I worked the night shift. I used to have to like get all the newspapers together and then I'd roll them all up. I mean, it was like, that's what we did.
Yeah.
But again, it was so fun because it was like the night shift. It was kind of like, whatever. People are like kind of fucking around. And and there's like no bosses really because it's the night shift.
Nobody wants to be there but you guys.
Yeah, and there's no brain power involved to do it. So,
beautiful.
Yeah. And then after that one, I worked in some guy's basement doing his books. This older gentleman, and it got weird. I won't lie. It was a little awkward.
I'm like, have you ever done books and now you're doing books in a basement with a gentleman?
He just he handpicked me, and now I think I know why. But I had to leave that job pretty quickly. Like when he started like buying me things, and you know what I mean. I'm like,
you win some, you lose some.
I can't work for you anymore. This is weird. And it was like I had to walk. It was in the basement in his bedroom. We had to walk past his bedroom, which is basically like an open area to my office.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
Okay,
So that one
glad
was
you
weird.
left that one.
And then I decided to go to school to be an esthetician. To like kind of like get my poop in a group.
Yep. No, it was time.
Yeah. So then I was an esthetician at this really wacky hippy dippy place in Morrison called Lavender Fields, and that was again another amazing group of people that I just got to have a really fun time with. And then I moved over and did. I went back to dental work again at that same pediatric place. And then I also did esthetician work. So I would go to work all day and then do part-time esthetician.
So now you're double working.
So I'm double working. So I had, so I was doing that at this place called Salon Fouché, and they had
growing up.
I know, they had a downtown place. So that I would go downtown and work. And then I just really fell in love with doing that. So I quit the dental office. They offered me a full-time position.
Okay.
And I did esthetician full-time, and I loved it. And I was just really doing a great job at that. But I didn't like working on the weekends.
And people like to get services on the weekends.
Well, it was just Saturday.
Yeah.
But I was like, can I have one Saturday off a month? And they were like, no. And so I was like, I quit.
I'm glad that you're good at you make decisions quickly.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
So then I went back into dentistry because that was always my fall back onto, because I had a lot of experience, because I literally knew how to work the entire office. So it was a pretty easy fallback. And then also like on paper, I was a pretty easy hire too, I think, because I knew all of that.
Yeah. You've done everything.
Yeah. So I went back again to PDG for my third time. Those ladies that stayed there, they started to get annoyed. They'd be like, oh, you're back? Oh, okay. Nice.
Are
to
you
see
wearing
again.
flip-flops today? Like you did at Comfort Dental?
Are you how long are you going to work here now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2 years until I get pregnant.
Max. Yeah. And then so I did PDG. Then I went to another place called Young Dentistry. And then I ended up at Align Orthodontics. And I did orthodontia until I got pregnant and had baby. And then now I'm a podcast host.
Hey, girl. Hey.
And an entrepreneur. With Callie. Because guess what? Here we go with I Am Journey.
You know what? It's so fun. It's so neat to think about all of the different things that you can experience, that you can try, and how completely different our journeys were. Like you had probably three times the amount of jobs that I had, especially when you like list your jobs within jobs.
Yeah.
And if I think about us at any given one of those like ages, this is why God brought us really close together. We've been cousins like all the time because we're cousins, but like he brought us together right now because this is where our lives are meeting. And you think sometimes about like friendships and how you're like, you know, like, I don't know how you think that. I just feel like a lot of people think everybody should be able to be friends with everyone. But when you're not in the same journey or life path, there's just too much. You're on such different like fields and activities and schedules and whatever. And it's like we were, when we're 32 and you're 32, completely different places. 27 and 20, completely different places.
Yep.
40 something, we're twins.
You want to have some babies?
We're twins. There's what we're doing. We're twins. We do all the exact same shit. It's cool. It's cool to see how we evolve.
It's really cool.
Oh, that's neat. I finally know them all. I've been wanting to know them all.
There they are.
You guys, if you can share some different jobs that you've had and what you've learned from them. And if you don't want to share with us, that's cool. But like make your own list and then off to the side, wrote something positive that you got out of that experience, even if it ended as a one-day flip-flop sort of experience or I'm your bookkeeper in your basement sort of instance, because there's something that you got to learn from all of that.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
I love that you were powerful enough to be like, hey, this job was awful. I'm out.
Yeah.
Me and my flip-flops are going. We're going to get.
Taking my flip-flops and leaving.
I'm not coming back because this.
Throw it back at you on my way out.
This was awful.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's fun. Good job.
Fun.
Yeah.
Thanks. Good job to you too.
Thanks, girl.
Look at us.
We want to hear your stories.
Yeah.
Share. Share in the group. Share with the Maturish Mamas and reflect upon your own journeys. And also remember, you are never, ever stuck. And sometimes I know people feel stuck. I've done this for so long. I've been a teacher. I'm almost to my
tenure, whatever.
Yeah, I've got to just keep going. And maybe financially that is what makes sense, but maybe you can find something to do that you love on the outside of that, on the side that like, because fitness and stuff was my sidebar gig until it was my full-time gig, because at that point I was like, do I go back to work and do X, Y, and Z, or do I pursue my passion? And I was like, I've very much so been similar to you, a passion pursuer. Like I'm going to keep doing something that makes me happy, that challenges me, that I love. And that's out there for everyone.
It absolutely
Don't
is.
get stuck, guys. Don't get stuck.
Nope. And maybe if you had that one job and you're still there and you love it, that's pretty awesome too.
Yeah, we want to hear about that. If you've managed to keep a job for more than a decade, I want to know what you did.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I will say that even though I've had in 2017, different jobs.
That sounds right.
Yeah. There were times when I was afraid to leave.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I don't want to like play it down, because there were times, especially after I was married, where I had to sit down with my husband and be like, tell me I'm not crazy, or is this okay? Or, you know what I mean? And,
gosh dang. Yeah.
And you just, and part of it is like, I knew that's what, especially the one that's really coming to mind is going from dentistry. That's so safe for me.
Right.
To doing, esthetician work and following that dream, because that really was a dream at that time in my life.
Yeah.
And quitting the dentistry full time and moving into esthetician, which is commission based.
Yeah.
So in dentistry, you're like got all the perks, everything you need. You just got to show up. Like here's health insurance, here's vacation time, and you know. So to move into that kind of a little bit of a dark or a different space where you don't know what's going to happen. Those times were scary, but and I just knew that that's what I was supposed to do. And even though I had Johnny tell me that it was, I already knew the answer to that.
Yeah.
You know, but
that's a really good point. I think like we breezed through some things, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't challenging. I mean, every job that I did actually quit, it was very difficult to do. But you have to remember that this journey is about you, and it's your book and it's your chapter, and you might want to turn the page. Yeah. So sometimes you have to say, sayonara, sweetheart. It's been fun, but I got to go. So that's good observation.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you just always know at the end of the day that it's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
Just keep that always.
Keep on pushing your passions. Push them passions. Push the passions. We love you guys.
Love your guts.
Have a good one. Bye. If this episode made you laugh, cry, or feel a little less alone, light a friend up and send it their way.
And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing.
I'm Cal.
I'm Meg.
And you just listened to Mature-ish Mamas.
Life Unfiltered.
Ooh.
Just kidding. I thought it was my beer, but it's not. It's right here. It was under my shirt the whole time.
Look at my heart on. Right on my little squishy titty.
I love it.
I
got a piece.
Let's
so
go.
Bad.
This was awesome. We did it.